Hello everyone's. I am here for my review of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 3, Episode 3. If you were new to my channel, welcome. I am Lady T. I like to do reviews on scripted reality shows, and also do reactions. If you're returning, you one of my peoples, welcome back. So, we don't have any comments from last week's video, so we're going to jump right on in. Now, y'all, a lot was, I don't want to say exposed, but a lot was unloaded in this video. And one person is to blame, but we're going to get to that in a little bit. Whitney, she is still in the process of telling the ladies about these recovered memories that she has as a child. And Heather wants to know how she was able to figure out those memories that she had blocked away. She explained that, she was having this uneasy feelingness and not sure where it was coming from, and no real explanation of why she was feeling uneasiness. Now, I don't want to say that what she went through didn't happen. It's just that it's seeming like with her therapy that she's going through, she's uncovering memories, and then she also has her brother, uncovering memories about her. So it's like he's adding on to the memories, but like she's, I don't want to say projecting, but she's latching on to the memory he has, and that's maybe, I don't know if it's helping, but it's a little iffy to me. Now again, I'm not saying that she didn't go through some things, because I remember a few years ago there was a particular person, man, and he was, I believe he was a Mormon, but they was more of the, we still out here practicing where we can have 15, 20 wives and 80 and 90 kids, and we live like we looking like we very Little House on the Prairie-ish outfits. And I got wives who some is 40 and some of them was 12, and the ladies was taken away, but they was like, no, give us back to our husband. So I would assume that some things went on as a child for Whitney. It's just that like your brother's memories, I don't know how, is him remembering, is that helping her, or is that making her latch on to his memory as her remembering it? Does that make sense to y'all? I hope I clarified that as much as I can. Meredith said she believes her issues last season was she was too vulnerable, and then people turned around and slapped her with her face while she was, being open to them. Lisa says she apologizes and said those things because she was hurt. She regrets it, and it was a poor choice of words. But in her confessional, she talking about something she don't regret it. And I was like, see, this is why people don't really want to fool with you like that for real, because you got in there and said, you basically, I said what I said. It's just the way I said it. I shouldn't have said it. But you talking about you regret it, but then you jumped in your confessional talking about something you don't regret anything you said. Meredith goes on to say, the things that you said, I never confided on you. You made those things up, and I never really trusted you, and now I know why. Meredith goes on to say, to fix what, if you want to fix this friendship, you got to take accountability moving forward, because your behavior is unacceptable. Meredith is trying to get her point across to Lisa, but Lisa keeps on interrupting her, and Lisa's like, that is impolite to interrupt people, and you are interrupt her. Please don't do that. Just let me get my point across, and then you can talk. But Lisa goes again, interrupted her several more times. It's like, see, this is what I'm talking about. I'm trying to express to you how I feel, and you keep on interrupting me. If you think this is normal behavior and you don't want to get help to make the changes, then there's nothing I can do for you. But if you want to get the help, I am happy to help you. And Heather took that was like, that was cutting deep. You cut her with your words, like, basically, until you can get in some therapy and get right, we can't be friends. Where am I? Okay. Lisa brings up, cutting her wrists, which sends, like, I'm not going to cut my wrist for anybody. And this just sends Lisa over the edge. And Jen is like, one of her family members attempted that. It's just like, I didn't know. This is supposed to be your homegirl for 10 plus years. This is supposed to be a sister to you, but you didn't know this information? Or did this happen after y'all had y'all falling out? I have questions. This is when Jen takes the time out to say how she wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her husband and her kids. I wouldn't wish this on anybody, what I'm going through. I was like, you hear that, people? Don't be out here financing your lavish lifestyle by allegedly stealing from the elderly and the vulnerable people, okay? Don't do that, because if you do, the FBI, Homeland Security, your local police, your state police, they will come and get you and they will charge you. You heard it from Jen first. I'm like, Jen, I'm gonna need you to stop, because you are making yourself the victim in this situation. You are steady making yourself the victim. And I don't like it how everybody's like, we're here for Jen, we're here for Jen. No, y'all need to be here for the people that she allegedly stolen from. Now, I'm going to continue saying allegedly, even though she has pled guilty. I'm going to continue to say allegedly, because I don't want nobody coming for me. But Jen, at least I don't feel sorry for you, because you was allegedly out here stealing money from the elderly people, vulnerable people. So you can have your glam squad with you everywhere. So you can be wearing all these furs. So you can be wearing these red bottoms. Having these big old houses. And you want me to feel sorry for you because you had to downgrade your lifestyle? Because you can no longer afford those things? Because you can no longer allegedly steal from people? No, I don't feel sorry for you. Not one bit. So Heather's calling Meredith all kind of condescending B words because she's not quick to forgive Lisa, even though she forgave Jen. I don't even know why Heather cares if Lisa is getting all this smoke from Meredith, because Lisa don't like you like that for real, for real. The only reason, doggone, is she is coming anywhere close to you or having any kind of conversation with you is because she wants to get paid. And she don't have Meredith to talk to anymore. Whitney will call her out on her stuff. She's kind of separating herself from Jen because she don't really want to be associated with somebody who was allegedly out here stealing from folks. She wants to stay as far away from that as possible. So you are the only person that she can come to so she can get this screen time. So why are you over here fighting for Lisa's cause? I don't know. If I was Meredith, I wouldn't forgive her neither, because you sat there and said, I regret what I said, but then hopped in your confessional and said you don't regret anything. Now, you may have changed your mind after, like, some time has passed and y'all filmed some, but still, she sees Lisa for her works, and she not here for it. Y'all, the ladies get on a booze bike. Now, the little pole structure that keeps the canopy up, not Lisa, what's her name? Heather. Oh my goodness. Nope, that's not her name either. Whitney, that's her name. Ooh, a stripper pole. So she gets to hopping on that thing and twirling around. She upside down. And Jen is pouring alcohol. Would it be down her skirt since she's upside down? She's upside down like this. And here go pouring alcohol through her skirt. I was like, you gonna mess up that woman's pH balance. Like, now everybody's like, they're pouring drinks on each other, on themselves. They're pouring it all over the booze bike. And I'm like, now y'all about to be sticky for no reason at all. Why? Because it's not like y'all was on y'all way home and y'all gonna hop in the shower. Y'all were going to another location. So now your clothes is sticky. You sticky, your hair messed up, and you smelling like you smelling like a wino. As y'all go to y'all next location. Whitney did not know what riding side saddle was. And maybe because I love a good period piece, particularly a show if it's done right. Downton Abbey, I love that show. I have started watching, this ain't got nothing to do with Salt Lake City. I've been watching this show where they are building, like, rebuilding a castle from, like, the 1200s. And they're using all the tools that they, like, the methods that they used back then. And I was like, well, how did they, I was wondering how, like, in, like, medieval times they was making these castles. Like, they had this, like, big old, it's like almost a big old hamster wheel. And the men would get on it and move on the hamster wheel, and that would lift up the big old blocks. I was like, oh, so that's how that was done. It was like they was just using material at hand. It was like, I love watching stuff like that. And, like, I was watching something. It was about some queen, and, like, it wasn't ladylike to ride a horse like a man. So you had to, like, have both your legs off to the side, which that seemed like, if, like, the horse was acting stupid, that would be an easier way to jump off. But what's her name? Whitney didn't know what riding side saddle was. They was on the horses. They was having a good time. Hurrah. Whitney's calling Meredith a hypocrite because how you gonna be mad about Lisa or what Lisa is saying, but you talking about her having an affair? Now, in Meredith's defense, Meredith was basically like, where am I at? You saying all these things about me, saying I'm sleeping with half of New York, talking about my husband and his finances, and we are posers, but I have heard these rumors that you've been sleeping with people and about your finances. And basically that's making y'all posers. And Whitney, you heard these same rumors. So it's basically like you saying all this mess about me, but baby, these are the same things that are being said about you. So yeah, I'm watching these women cook, and I ain't seen nobody wash their hands. Yeah. They just hop right on in and started cooking. Now, I don't eat beef or pork, so I don't know if you're supposed to, like, I would think that you would wash your meat, because I am a meat washer over here. My chicken, my fish, yes. Yeah. I make sure I thoroughly wash it and scrape all the gunk off. And once I'm done cooking, I spray the surrounding areas with bleach, including the what's it called, the little drainer that I put my chicken in to rinse it off and season it. I let that sit for a while, then I clean the surrounding areas. But okay, they wouldn't, washing their hands. Whitney feels that she's been put in the middle of this Lisa had an affair rumor. Meredith says, I heard about the rumor. Jen heard about the rumor, but baby, you knew more details than what we knew. They showed Whitney telling Meredith that she has a mutual friend with Lisa, and he is very wealthy, and she heard that Lisa slept with him so he can invest in her business. She's like, I thought it was crazy too, but Angie, yeah, they were at a jazz game and John and Jack were sitting in that man's seat. I just thought that was weird and that was crazy. It's like, I think Whitney was drunk during these scenes, because she was getting mad, like she was being put in the middle of the things. But like, the rumor was out here. Jen heard about it. Whitney heard about it. Meredith heard about it. Heather may have heard about it. But they wasn't saying nothing about it. They didn't have names and dates and times and all that stuff. Well, Whitney was the one that was putting names on it. So Whitney's like, I've had enough, Meredith. Okay. About Meredith coming about this rumor, Lisa, and she is torn up about it. Whitney talking about the rumors that she was out here doing something strange for a piece of jazz tickets. And I was like, Whitney, you over talking about something. There has been a rumor out here that you was doing this for jazz tickets. You were the one that brought the rumor up. Like, ma'am, what? I thought I wasn't recording for a minute. I was about to be mad. You sitting here telling Lisa there is a rumor out here that you was out here sleeping with somebody to get the jazz tickets. Ma'am, you were the one that brought that rumor up. You were the one that brought it up like a week ago, a few days ago, because they showed you. Talk about that rumor. Nobody else knew about that. Heather in her confession talking about something. Really? Jazz tickets? Not Lakers tickets. Jazz tickets. Oh, okay. Jen, you wouldn't be fighting for your life if you wouldn't out here allegedly stealing from the elderly people and the vulnerable people. I'm gonna need you to hush. She's going on about how things have been taken away from her. I'm like, you mean like when you was allegedly stealing from these elderly people and vulnerable people and you was taking the money away from them? So you mad? It's basically coming off of the lavish lifestyle that I had. I can no longer have that because I've been caught up because I've been allegedly out here stealing from elderly people and the vulnerable people. And it's just not fair that I can no longer live that lavish lifestyle anymore. That's what it's coming off from. After Lisa like storms off, Meredith clarifies to Lisa, I heard about rumors that you was like having an affairs. But Whitney was the one out here putting names on it. So don't be getting mad at me about that. That's on Whitney. Again, I think she was a little bit of drunk going on over here. Whitney says that Heather, you was there when we was at the Jazz game on New Year's Eve when Angie said that John and Lisa got those tickets because Lisa was out here, you know, sleeping with the dude who has, I guess, the season tickets. And Heather, this is when I kind of believe her. She's like, don't you think if I heard some juicy gossip like this about Lisa, I wouldn't be happy to hear this? I did not hear that particular part of the conversation. Like a basketball game, I'm assuming it's really loud. Now, mind you, I've been to like high school basketball games. I went to like a few like baseball games when I was little, but that was outside, and that was well over 20-something years ago. Close to being 30 years ago. But yeah. She was like, if I heard some juicy mess like that, don't you think I'll be rolling in it? Like, that shows that, like, you want to be Lisa's friend, but you would love to hear that she was out here doing some dirty mess. Yeah, she's like, you don't think I would love to hear some juicy gossip like that? And bump you for trying to put me in the mess like this. Again, I think Whitney was a little bit of drunk. You was all about, we just need to clear the air and be here for each other. But you sat there, and I don't know if it was the alcohol that made you forget, but you was doggone it, you know, backpedaling a lot on this episode. So that was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It is free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on so my beautiful face puts up a video. You can click on it, you can like it and share with your people, and you can come over and be one of my peoples. If you're already one of my peoples, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.